Rip the Lip. And my name is Racing Jason from Twitter X Twix. Live, eat, breathe, die, super late model racing, and that's what we talk about all day, all time.
And I'm Coach B, also known as Brian Hankins from Metropolis, Illinois. Welcome everybody watching us. We're going to have a good time talking dirt racing and ripping the lip.
My name is Danny, aka Smoke. Crew member Billy Hicks Racing, Donald McIntosh. So love some dirt racing, and we're gonna give y'all the insights on what we think and carry y'all on through the season. So look forward to it. Definitely look forward to it.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
It's definitely gonna be a exciting year. For all three of us this year. Brian is obviously our Midwest connection. Me and Jason are down here in the Carolinas. But Jason's going to be our Carolina boy this year, as I'm going to be out on tour, seeing the countryside. So Jason's our Southern connection. Brian's our Midwest connection. I'm just going to be your all around everywhere guy this year.
I'm looking forward to that. Going to tracks I've never been to before, like, well, of course, I've been to Swainsboro this one time, Screven this one time, but I've been to Screven like that was forever ago. But I'm really looking forward to it. Get back on the road and spread my wings and get my feet wet. Let's go.
Yeah, and I'm going to be hitting Paducah International Raceway in Paducah, Kentucky, and Clarksville Speedway in Clarksville, Tennessee, for the most part. I do try to get to Brownstown Bull Ring up in Brownstown, Illinois, and hit a couple of the Midwest tracks in Illinois, Highland, Tri-City. So, yeah, it's going to be a great season. We're going to have a good time, and we're going to bring it all to you guys.
There you go.
Jason, Jason, I love Screven, man. I love Screven.
Yeah, man.
Coach, if you was to ever come, there's a couple tracks down here that's kind of worth coming to. Screven is one of those tracks, man. Well, it's a small little bull ring kind of, and the food is what you
is
get.
That the place you told meet and three? Okay,
a meet and three and a hot bar at this huge concessions building, man. I've only been there one time, but that place is very impressive. I wish more big time series would go to Screven. I don't know why they don't, because that is a racy track, man.
It is. It is. It is. Well, it's a big making. That's what it is.
Yeah,
big making. Oh boy.
Yeah, a red clay big making.
Well, I do have in my back pocket. I do want to get over that way at least one weekend this summer. Me and the wife are going to take off, and we're going to come visit you guys over there somewhere, sometime this summer. So,
yeah, those Georgia tracks, man. There's some good Georgia tracks between Swainsboro and Screven and Sonoya. Those three right there.
Yeah, I'd like to go to Sonoya. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, Swainsboro's the one that really impressed me last year. That was mine and Jason's first time going to Swainsboro last year, and I mean, we had a blast there, man. Jason actually enjoyed tier parking there last year.
I did.
Because you didn't get blasted at all.
No.
We were at the end of the front straightaway toward the turn 4 side, and I mean, we were just perfect, and you did not get blasted at all.
That was awesome. And all the crew guys came around us watching the track and everything. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I like that tier parking. I wish we had some more tracks around here that had that.
You know, we used to not have as many that had it, but now it seems like most of the tracks do it nowadays, man. And I mean, it's smart because that's just extra money right there in their pockets to do that, especially if you've got the space in the room. Obviously, you've got to have a right fence to be able to do it.
Correct.
So that's definitely a issue with some of the places. A lot of places don't actually have fences on the back straightaway, especially some of those older, smaller tracks.
All right.
Have you noticed, Smoke? Have you noticed a lot of it, tier parkings in Georgia and Tennessee? We got one track here or two tracks in the Carolinas that have tier parking. That's it.
Yeah, it is definitely more, I feel like, a Tennessee and Georgia thing. Because you're right. The only one Cherokee's got it. And that's it. And so
Ultimate. That's it.
You don't see that up here. You don't see it up here.
you don't see it at all up there.
No.
That's
Wow.
that's a bummer, man. Especially with considering how the dirt is up there. It's not that dust, so it'd probably
Ooh.
be kind of nicer to do that up there. You know?
Yeah. Well, you wouldn't want to, Clarksville, you wouldn't want to get too close. You get,
Oh no! Like I said, you got to have a good
yeah.
fence.
Yeah, you get your eye knocked
Hey,
out of
that's
Clarksville.
kind of exciting though. You know that they're running as many races as they are, and we thought they were closing down.
I know it.
Yeah.
They've got
I
9
mean-
lives. I mean, William, the guy that runs the place, he does a great job, and he doesn't let the city and all those people scare him at all. You know,
The way that guy, the way the guy that runs Clarksville was talking at Gateway, God, I thought the doors were going to shut.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I thought it was doing.
Damn,
Well,
that was amazing.
I've been going there for years, and when I first started going, it was out in the middle of the country. It's in the middle of town now, and that's the only thing
Wow.
that scares you is when you're sitting in the grandstands, you're looking over at, there's houses just on the other side of the, the backstretch. I mean, they're right there. They're right there. So,
Interesting.
it is. It's pretty wild. Pretty wild.
Jason, you got any other tracks that's really high on your list this year that you hadn't been to?
I'd like to get to Beckley one time. That'd be awesome. Livonia. I'd like to go to Livonia one time.
I was bummed out last year when Livonia got that double got rained out that we were going to do with Hunter Front. That was
Yeah.
I was real bummed out about that one.
Yeah, I know, because we were gone.
We was.
Livonia and Sonoya doing the doggone double.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think we were all upset when that happened because
Yeah.
you had to end the day and turn around.
Yeah, that's never no fun.
No. So you guys
No.
excited for this upcoming season?
Oh yeah, you already know.
I know you've got to be, man. You're starting a new chapter.
I am beyond excited for what I'm about to get to go on because
Yeah.
I mean, even just the next 2 weeks, I mean, I'm going to be at a race every day for I think 10 or 11 out of 12 days.
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna be right there with you.
So
We're gonna be your moral support.
that's right. I'm gonna give it my all, man, and
That's
hopefully
right.
we have some good speed, man. It's kind of I like getting pictures of the car looking good every day, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, it's 60 degrees and sunny down there where they're at right now. So
Yeah. It's a shame they've got some weather coming in. They've postponed practicing Thursday night now. So
yeah,
down in Volusia for the World of Outlaws. So
yeah. All I've seen all day today is videos, and it's scary, man, of all these haulers on these snowy roads heading down there.
Yeah.
I seen a video of Bronson driving down into Florida, and it's just an icy mess. And I'm going, man.
yeah.
But that's
The
somebody
weather-
who's
the
not
weather
really used to it
really-
either. So
The weather must be really good this weekend, right?
Yeah, I think once we
Yeah.
get past Thursday,
Yeah.
get that initial front coming through, I think we'll have some good racing for the weekend.
Yeah. No doubt. No doubt
So,
about it.
yeah, bring it on. I'm ready for it. I'm ready.
it's getting about that time, man.
It is. It is.
I do know the weather's looking pretty good for next week. I'm pretty excited about the weather. How it's looking right now. We're talking 70s and sunny next week. So
Perfect.
So
Hey, I got a question for y'all. Y'all think we race too much?
No, I don't. We may schedule too much. I know what you're referring to, the post on X earlier. I don't think we race too much. I think, it's an individual choice if you want to run or not. The
True.
promoters have to make the money. The tracks have to get the people in the stands. But as far as the driver's standpoint, it's your individual choice if you want to go race or not. So if you're not ready, stay home. But as for race fans, for us, I don't think we race enough. So that's where I'm going to stand on that, because I know some people think that we race entirely too much, but really we're not. I mean, we're utilizing our country and our warm weather in the South to race this time of year. You're not going to race in Illinois this time of year. It's just not happening. So give it to us.
Snowmobile, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. Give it to us. Let us have it. No, I'm good with it. I'm good with it.
Boy, I tell you what, Brian, you might have turned me.
What's that?
So I don't think we race too much. No, I don't. I mean, I like how much we race. I don't think there's an off season anymore, and some of these guys don't have a chance to recuperate no more. I would like to see it not start until the first week of February.
Yeah.
But I mean, you did a very good job persuading me just now, because you're right. We can utilize the entire country during these winter months. There's still states out there where it is warm, and we can utilize them at that moment and help bring more eyes to there, like Vado. Vado. There's no other time during the year that I know about that any kind of racing goes on out there. I know it's very far away, and that is a major reason why it doesn't. But I mean, normally there's good weather there around this time of year. It's just kind of hit or miss, I think. And that's kind of hit or miss any state that you could possibly run in right now. Obviously Florida's seeing snow right now for the first time in centuries.
Yeah.
So, I mean, fluke weather situations happen. So I'm kind of coming around to it a little bit more. I mean, I'm not trying to back it up too much. Maybe like a month. They just need like a month off, man. And you race, which some of these teams, they stop racing at the end of November, and then they don't race in December or January.
Right. They have to recoup.
So you're right about that too, because I mean, if you can afford to race at that point, that's what your job is. So
yeah. Your big money teams are out running right now. They're out. The smaller guys, they're still in their off season and will be until March, April, when the weather turns, because they're working. They work Monday through Friday. So
yeah, you just persuaded me a good little bit there, man. So good job.
I'm glad I got to you.
I just remember when Golden Isles didn't start up until the last week of January, and now it's like the second week. Maybe like give them a week off between Vado and Golden Isles. That way, some of these teams aren't having to try to make a 40-hour drive in like 3 days.
Right.
Maybe give them a week off in between that.
Did somebody bring that up on the podcast there about a week or so ago? If you remember,
that's a quick turn. That's a hard turnaround, because at that point you need 2 or 3 people to drive, so that truck never stops. So you drive straight through from New Mexico to Georgia. I don't know the mileage on that, but that's a long time.
It's a long way.
It's a long way. In 3 days now, like you said, in 3 days.
And then you got to also kind of turn the car around too, because you're going for 2 totally different
venues,
and completely different sides of the country, and everything about it is different. So that's a quick turnaround, man. Like, that's real quick.
I agree.
Yeah,
I totally agree.
So if we could just maybe just give them a week in between, I'm happy about that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for just racing weekends in January, February. These Wednesday nights and Thursday nights, and that's difficult. But just do it on the weekends. A Friday, Saturday night, move on to the next one for next Friday night.
So here's another thing. So we go from racing all this stuff in January to after like the second week of February, there's nothing for like 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
until like 1st of March.
until the 1st of March. You've
Mhm.
got that 3-week gap right there. So we could
Mhm.
either move it back and fill that gap, or it might be good for the teams. Cause I mean, I don't know if just from, I mean, everybody else's situation is different, but you could, maybe that's a tune up for your real season to begin come March, and you want that time off to have that break at the end of February so you can get your stuff ready for the real part of the season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the long gruel, the long gruel. Yeah,
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I could see it that way as well.
yeah, yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. Not everybody's got deep pockets, and they can't. The resources aren't there for them. So
No.
I would hate to be sitting on the back burner and not being able to get up front and doing my thing. So
Well, okay, let's take for instance. Let's take for instance, if you were a driver, what would be your? Would you race 120 races a year like some of these guys, or would you have a cutoff?
oh, that's a good question. It depended on what kind of pockets I had.
Well,
If I
let's say you got great sponsorship and you chasing the series, but yet like back in the day with Bloomquist and them guys would race in like Mississippi and drive all night long just to go to Cherokee for like $3,000, $4,000. Back then that was pretty good money. But what
oh
would
yeah.
be your cutoff though? If you had all your sponsorship, you were chasing this series, what would be your number cutoff?
I don't. Sky's the limit if you've got
Yeah.
unlimited resources.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
You would do over 100 then.
yeah. I mean, think about it though.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do that in 5 months, 6 months if you wanted to. I mean, um, there's races all once the weather breaks, man, we got races all over the place.
Yeah. Well, look like the week after the PDC, you can jump on XR. And, well, Chicago got rained out, but the hell they went to damn Ogilvie and Minnesota up that way.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
before,
Whether you're on your way out to Wisconsin anyway,
yeah.
so
Uh,
you might as
At,
well.
at that point, your job, if you've got that, you are a full-time race car driver, and basically the only time that I would be taking off would be if there were certain events in your family that you were taking time off for. Obviously, you need to, at that point, if you can do as many as you can do, you need to keep your family in mind at foremost. That way, you spend you need to devote some time to that. But beyond that, I'm racing as much as possible. If there's
yeah.
a $3,000 to win show on my way to 15
Yep.
to win, and I got like 2 or 3 days in between, I'm gonna stop at that track and I'm gonna hit it. And more time on that track is more practice on that car.
I
Yeah,
agree.
you can also use all those smaller as practice sessions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what Bloomquist used to do back in the day. Bloomquist would go to those, you'd see him all of a sudden pop up at some little crappy track with a low purse. He didn't, he was probably going to win that purse, but he was just there to test something that he's never tried before.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of these guys get show up money too. So
Yeah, and plus, all you got to do is tell that track, hey man, I'm gonna come by this weekend. You're gonna get whatever you want from that track. You basically not gonna have to pay nothing to be there.
yeah,
No kind of entry fee. They just gonna say, hey, Bobby Pierce is here tonight.
Yeah.
Even if he's just coming down to shake down a brand new car, because that's what a lot of them will do. They'll break out a brand new car, just pop it out on hot laps to shake it down, and then load it up, and they're done for the night.
Yeah, just test it out. Use it as a test
Which I
session.
mean, you got to do that nowadays, especially mid-season, because you're getting a lot of these teams get caught in new cars every month.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I mean, you got to be able to shake it down before you can put it out there and hold strong on it.
Yeah, these guys change cars like we change our socks, man. That's no
Oh,
doubt.
I know
Exactly.
it. I know it. You look at some of these shops that you see on the videos, man. They've got it going on.
Yeah.
Got it going on.
Which I mean, if you're going to run full time, you got to have
You've
every single bit of
got-
that.
Yes.
Or if you don't, you're not going to be able to keep up.
Yeah, you got to have a good support system and race
Yep.
cars, team, great family behind you. You got to have it all.
And you got to have everything prepared and ready to go, because once you're out on that road, if you're not prepared, you're not going to be able to do it.
No.
Do we see another chassis brand making a I would say really a comeback? But can another chassis brand besides Longhorn and Rocket compete with Longhorn and Rocket?
Yes, I think they can compete, but is there? I mean, I don't know. Is there room? I mean, there's always room for advancement and room for
Mhm.
more people,
Mhm.
but
But
um,
let me rephrase the question. What is going to be the shiny new toy? We're gonna have Longhorn. We're gonna have Rocket. What's going to be the shiny
Mm.
new toy?
Mm.
Everybody's going to say, "Oh my God, I got to go jump on that chassis." You know what happens every year.
well,
It happens
it
every.
So
does. It does. I think my opinion. Everybody's going to have a different one, but I think Capital is probably the biggest drop behind Rocket
yep.
and Longhorn. They're getting a lot of big name drivers coming in and driving. So yeah, there's room. There's always, I mean, if there's always the opportunity, but do I see one coming, a Longhorn or a Rocket? Nah, not right now. Not right now.
Well, see, my thing with that is, I mean, Rocket and Longhorn are so way up here, top
Yeah,
heavy with drivers
yeah,
wise. You've
Mm-hmm.
only got a couple drivers that are out on the limb going with these other guys.
Mm-hmm.
right,
Yeah.
So,
right.
so let's just obviously, I'll take the Bloomquist chassis for instance.
Mm-hmm.
They've only got 3 or 4 guys running them, and
Mm-hmm.
they're only going to mainly run big shows. So they don't get the opportunity like they will. Well,
Mm-hmm.
can they win a race at Eldora? You dang right they can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
then that's another thing with like the category 5. You've only got a couple people in them.
Mm-hmm.
So the chances of winning one is very slim. Can they
right.
do it? Yeah. And nowadays, all it does is take a good night rolling off that trailer. And as long as you've got your P's and Q's done that night, it could be your night. And, Stormy Scott could pull off one and win one just as easy.
Well,
But
it's
they're not there at the track to really, like, has been no Bloomquist cars. There's been no Category 5 cars this season.
right.
Well, Golden Isles is what I'm mainly talking about because Stormy was at
He was a mod
bottom.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, everybody's got somebody to lean on if you're a Rocket or
Yeah.
Longhorn guy. If you pull up the track and you got a question, you know, these other manufacturers, there's not. You may be the only one car at the track with that chassis, so you have no one to. You're on the phone trying to call somebody to get some information.
And
So
you've got Infinity right now that's kind of, I would say it would be Longhorn and Rocket, then you would have Capital and Infinity
yeah,
right there.
yeah,
But I would put a Infinity right now probably above Capital because they've had more
But not by
success.
much. Not by much, but yeah, I would too. Yeah.
But Capital is on the come up, and I expect big things out of Capital this
Oh,
year.
I do too. They're yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember back when the Hunt the Front started. They were
Yeah.
running at Capitol. They were one of the only ones there, and Joyner'd be on the phone with Marshall, getting information from Marshall because he had no one at the track to lean on.
Mm-hmm.
He'd have to call Marshall Green up. But yeah,
He's
good.
he's my pick to win Hunt the Front championship this year.
He's due. He's due.
I think this would be Joyner's year. He's gonna win the championship this year.
Okay, I like that. I like
Yeah.
that.
So he's my pick to win that one.
Okay. All right,
Well,
who we Hunt the Front full time so far? We got Oakley John, Trey
Yep.
Mills, which really surprises me that Trey Mills and Winger's gonna break up that marriage. That's gonna be interesting. Christian Hanger, Joseph Joyner, Josh Putnam, Corey Hedgecock, Jackson Heiss, Peyton Freeman, and Luke Morey. How about that?
yeah. There's some good cars in there. Good drivers. I like Hedgecock. I'd like to see him get the monkey off his back and run in the top 3 every time. But and Putnam, he's stout. So yeah, Joiner's. I don't know if they've just got their plate full and they're concentrating on the whole shebang. Try to as the business goes to concentrate all on one thing, but I'd love to see him. Love to see him do well.
I think
Nice.
it's just that dang hard to win nowadays, man.
Yeah,
Like I think it's that hard to win.
Everybody's so
Yeah.
equal now because you buy this
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, like all you got to do is be a tenth or 2/10 off in qualifying, and that takes you out of the whole night,
Yeah.
basically.
yeah. Everybody's so close.
So I mean, I just think, yeah, I mean, obviously everybody expects more of them because of how big they are on YouTube. Like
Yeah.
that everybody expects more of them because they see everything and they're like, well, we always see you, so you should be, winning every week. Well, when you're going up against the best of the business in every week, there's really only 5 or 8 guys that's winning every week.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when you're not in that 5 to 8 that's winning every week,
Mhm.
it make a lot of guys don't have good seasons, man, and I think they put too much pressure on them to do well.
They put on themselves.
Yeah,
I mean,
they do.
and
They
that's
put it on
because
themselves.
that's because their faces are out there. Everybody knows who they are now
Yeah.
because they have blew up so much on YouTube.
Yeah.
And it just causes very high expectations for them. And I mean, no, that's really not right that they get put on them like that, but they are the focal point. I mean, when you think super late model racing, they're one of the big focal points
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
how big they brand. Because it's not so much of everything else that they do. Because Joseph is still, his focus is that race car. His focus is not the merch. His focus is not the YouTube. His focus is that car.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they've actually got 4 guys now. So they
Yeah.
have a bigger team now than they did.
Wow.
But the expectations are too high. And I mean, I feel like they're getting their feet wet and good back with Capital now, and Shane's gonna have them running fast, man. I mean, I expect big things from them this year, and obviously they've got the backing with Kubota.
Yeah.
I mean, if they've got solid sponsorship backing, you got solid merch backing, which they probably make more on merch than anybody out there.
I agree with that. Absolutely.
Like when you're bringing in $50,000 to $100,000 in a week at a racetrack, just in merch, and not to mention all your online sales and everything like that, like they're well funded now. So
very well funded.
and I mean they're great business people, man. They did an outstanding model and they've created the Hunt the Front series, and I love that series, man. That was my favorite races last year, was going to a lot of those Hunt the Front races, man, because just they put on a great show.
Yeah. I'm proud of them. I'm watched them from the beginning, and they've done a lot for the sport. They've gotten a lot of people in line with the social media, doing that thing. So they kind of set the bar. So I'm proud of them.
You give them a couple more years, there'll be 3 national touring series, and they will be one of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
They will.
That's the road that they're on, and it ain't gonna be long.
I can see
Yeah,
that.
they're smart people.
They're almost there. I mean, they're close now.
Yeah.
They are very close right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of series, okay, I guess it's gonna be the world against Bobby Pierce. Is this? I mean, the Outlaws are stacked. I mean, we got 19 guys right now are signed up to run the Outlaws. So it's gonna be the world against Bobby Pierce.
It's going to be the world against Bobby Pierce. It's going to be Bobby against the field. He's he's Bobby Pierce. Bobby effing Pierce is what we say. And I say it all the time. He's badass. So yeah, it's we're going to see when it comes out. When we come out of Florida, if there's still 18, 19 guys that's going to chase it. I think they'll probably end up being 12, 14 by the time they come out of Florida. But
how many guys you think will be on Lucas?
It'll probably be the same. They'll probably have a good 10, 12 regulars that show up to each race. I mean, you're going to find out. You're going to find out a lot about a person when they come out of Florida, when they get ready for March. Because they're going to get beat up people are going to get beat up in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
You know, strong survive when you're racing every night. You know, so we'll just see. It's going to be good. It's going to be fun.
This is basically like a wintertime hell tour.
Exactly.
Is
Exactly.
basically what the stretch over the next 3 weeks is.
Yeah.
That's a good way. Yeah.
Because I mean, you're running every night, man, and I'm gonna find out firsthand about that with Bubba. You know, that's 6 straight nights of racing. Actually, I think the first night's practice.
Yeah.
I think Monday night is practice, and then you race Tuesday through Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, it's going to be busy.
Y'all tell me if I'm wrong with this. Has Speed Weeks, to me, lost its flair since we lost East Bay?
It's different.
You know, I don't know. I mean, a race. It's hard to tell. We haven't really done anything yet. Mother Nature's
Yep.
winning it so far.
Yeah,
So you know,
the excitement is not in the air since we lost East Bay. To me, it's like everybody was, East Bay for a week, man. Oh God, yeah, here we go. Let's go. Now it's Ocala, and now it's I mean, I don't. To me, it's just it ain't the same Speed Weeks. It's lost its flair.
What if this happens though? What if Ocala comes out and there's great racing every single night at Ocala? That would change your mind a little bit. The only reason it's not is because we knew what East Bay was going to do every time. East Bay was going to produce amazing racing every time. And now there's not another East Bay out there. So once again, expectations, what we're used to is East Bay and amazingness up here. And we just got to bring that down a little bit and give these other tracks out there a chance. I thought they shouldn't have went to maybe not go to Bubba that many nights. Maybe give another track a chance. I don't know if there's another track around willing or capable of doing that down there, but I know there's a couple of them. I mean, so we'll see how it goes. I mean, it could always change your mind and your perspective on things. If we go down there and, Ocala is just good. What if Alltech, we come out at Alltech and we have 3 bangers of races at Alltech?
I don't know, man. It's just, it's hard to explain. I can't explain it. It's just, it ain't the same Speed Weeks to me, man. I don't know.
Well, that's because we're missing a crown jewel event.
Right. Yeah.
If Eldora went away for one weekend, if Eldora didn't have the dream of the world, you would be thinking that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. We grew up with East Bay.
Exactly.
It's just not the same.
And it still hurts that it's not here right now.
God, it's still.
So that's what's also going to make you feel that way right there, is because it just hurts. And this was funny, man, because I even talked to Donald about this when we were just sitting in the holler Saturday. We were talking about East Bay, and it still pains him that place is gone. Like, it hurts. Like, when you bring up that he had a hoodie on, and I was like, man. And we were just talking about that October race that was supposed to happen there, and how that just was like they ripped our heart. Our hearts got ripped out, man, when that was canceled. And that just it sucks, man, because that was me and Jason we were going to that thing, man.
We were gone. We were gone.
Yeah, on your way. Yeah.
That's going to be one of them ones that, that got away from us, because I never got to go there. And
yeah,
man, that sucks, man, big time.
Yeah.
Who's the last driver to win East Bay? Let's see how good y'all are.
The win there?
Yeah,
Dalton Wilson.
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
The big perm.
The permagator.
I expect big things out of him this year, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too, bro. Yeah.
I mean, I expect big things out of him.
Yeah.
I think he's poised, and he ran good at Golden Isles, man. If he would have just went up the racetrack, man, but I think he's set to have a big year this year.
Yeah.
I hope so, bro. I do.
I do think you're going to have a couple guys, surprise and be, like the hot new toy, as you say,
The 70 car?
it's also funny how. What'd you say?
the 79 car.
I mean, you better watch out, man. We plan on being in victory lane this year now.
Yeah,
You got
So
a plug, man.
we might pop out one and win one at Knoxville. You never know.
Hey, Knoxville.
He's actually looking forward to going to Knoxville too.
Is it really?
Yeah, he has mentioned Knoxville.
Okay, all right. That's what I want to hear.
awesome.
That'd be fun, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That'd be a good time, man. It's gonna happen. It's just a matter of when it's gonna happen. It's gonna be hard as heck to happen, but we're gonna get there, man.
Oh yeah. We're
I
gonna be right
got
there with you.
confidence in my driver's got plenty of confidence.
You got to keep sending. That's all you got to do.
Hey,
Yeah, keep sending.
that's right.
Keep sending.
Hey,
Yeah.
I promise you this: he gonna keep sending it.
That's right. I want to hear it. All right.
He's gonna send it. That's for sure, man.
All right.
Hey, it was funny. Like we were about to go out. I think it was for the B main. I think, and Billy just looks at him. He goes, "Leave it all out there. Whatever you got to do, just leave it out there."
Yeah.
He's like, "Don't leave no. We're going to have qualifying. Don't leave no speed in it. You get every bit you can." I'm like, "Let's go, man. Let's go."
Yeah.
I sit there and Jason, I did my whole driver pep talk. I went to him. I said, "All right, man, you ready? You ready?"
And then he left you.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I left him or whatever. Yeah, we're not gonna do that again, though.
It's all good, man.
Yeah.
Rookie
So-
mistakes, man. Rookie mistakes.
Hey, I think I'm getting breaking news. I think got 2 inboxes and a text message.
Oh,
Well, not no breaking news. Eyeballs.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think I'm getting breaking news, y'all, for real.
Oh well.
I don't want to look right now, but something's going on.
Okay.
Oh,
So how many guys we got signed up for Lucas right now? Y'all know that? Y'all got a clue?
probably. I mean, it seems like everybody's announcing for the Outlaws, but nobody's announcing for Lucas, really.
13, maybe.
I don't know what RTJ and JD's gonna do.
Nobody has come out. Like I said, everybody's announcing when they're announcing for the Outlaws, but these Lucas guys are just not really coming out and announcing it.
I don't get it.
Well, it's because you got remember the upper echelon drivers we were talking about with Lucas? You got some guys that they've won so much in their career, you don't know if they don't need to run a tour. So
Yeah.
like they could just money race. And when they money race, the majority of the races they're gonna be at is Lucas races.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
A lot of 3-day shows this year, bro.
there's a lot of big money in Lucas races this year.
Yeah.
A ton of big money.
That's the money tour, bro.
So you're gonna have more. You're gonna have at least 10 to 12, I think.
Yeah.
That'll follow it full time.
Oh,
But you may not find that out until
After
March.
Yeah.
March. Well, they got what till April, some mid-April to announce. They're gonna keep on the tour or not. So
Well, it just depends. It goes down to when those races start splitting up.
yeah.
Mhm.
Because I think for the first couple months, I mean, they're all kind of staggered each other, so you can run both of them. So,
Yeah.
but I think it's kind of funny how everybody's high up here on Bobby Pierce,
Yeah.
but everybody seems to be declaring for the series that Pierce is running.
Yeah.
Like you
second
would think everybody would go away from him.
Well,
Second place pays good.
Well,
Yeah.
if you're gonna be the best, you gotta be the best.
That's
I mean,
right.
This is true, man. This is definitely true now.
Yeah.
I mean, look at y'all. I mean, getting better. Ran Hunt the front, Ray Cook stuff. So hey, another
Two-time champion of the Ray Cook last year, by the way.
Yeah.
There you go. Another step.
So
Yeah. So
Was he spring nationals or was he?
he was spring and southern.
Oh, he was spring and southern. I knew he was
He,
spring.
he won both of them last year.
Wow, hell yeah! All right.
Yep. So
That's
that's why
awesome.
we got much confidence in our guy. He's gonna do it good for us this year, man.
There you go.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, little
We're
notch.
gonna show up next week at All Tech ready to go.
There you go, baby.
Hey, that car right there kind of looks like the car too.
Oh, they get a shout here. All right, there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, look at that. Heard it first.
Yeah, so. But yeah, I guess we'll just go ahead and wrap this up for tonight. And
Okay.
we're gonna start doing this every week. You know, tune in. We'll get where we start answering some questions and stuff like that. If y'all got certain topics y'all want to discuss, just like and comment down below, and we'll see about talking about them next week on next week's show. You know, we look forward to this year's race season. It's going to be a long, great season like every year. Like I said, we got our Southern connection down there with Jason. We got our Midwest connection with Coach Brian. And then, you know, I'm going to be kind of on the national tour. So we got a little bit of everything. We're going to all have some great content to bring everybody. So make sure y'all go down there below and like, comment, and subscribe, and help build this up. And eventually we're going to start doing some live shows here shortly. So
Yeah.
anytime we got some, as Jason likes to do, throw them eyeballs up. Might need to just go live to break that news live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So y'all hang in there with us, man. We appreciate y'all tonight, and we'll talk to y'all later. Jason, you go ahead and send us out with your famous saying.
All right, y'all be good. Later.
Later.
Later.